Hello, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Janelle Ryan here, coming to you live from the Sky High Coaching Expand, Create, Lead private Facebook group. Or you might be watching me back via replay on YouTube. Wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is for you, I welcome you here to this video, and I am so happy that you're here. I'm going to start or kick off tonight by giving you a little bit of an insight into my world, my day to day, so I can be nice and honest and authentic with you. I had a very disruptive sleep last night for various reasons, which I won't go into. I think I got about 2 hours sleep from about 5 until about 7. So, and no nap for Nelly today. It's a full-on day today with clients. So if I'm speaking a bit slowly or I have to catch a thought every now and then, that is what is going on with me. And you might be able to relate, because I think we've all had these moments in our lives, or these days in our lives, where sleep just didn't come to us, and we've had a day to get through the next day. I didn't want to cancel you, I didn't want to postpone, I didn't want to push this back. I wanted to be here for you. I'd already changed the time, so I didn't want today, so I didn't want to do that again. And so here we are. I'm going to trust the process, and we're going to have the most incredible, life-changing call tonight. What have we, if you are jumping on live, please, I hope you will say hello so I know you're here. Otherwise, let me know if you're watching the replay, which a few of you have been doing. Thank you. What have we done so far? We're on our second last call. Tomorrow's the last call. It's the final call. It goes so fast. These masterclasses go so quickly. So quickly. So what have we done so far? We created a vision that is so compelling and exciting for us that we can't help it but take action. We are pulled by the vision. We've created some space in our life to bring this vision into life, to help it appear. We don't want to just add more things on our to-do list. You have dynamic lives already. You're already a lot. You're already many things to many people. So we don't want to just add things to your list, because that can lead to illness, sickness, burnout, even depression. So we have created some space. We've let some things go. The things that drained you of energy. So now hopefully you've got some beautiful space to create in and from. Then we looked at our skills, our strengths, our gifts, our resources, what we already have available to us that we can use to move into this area that you want to up level in. Maybe it's not an up level, maybe it's a brand new area you're moving into. Maybe it's bigger, bolder, brighter than ever before, and new. Foreign, unfamiliar. Your mind won't like that very much. Your mind doesn't like unfamiliar or the unknown. We're going to talk about the unknown tomorrow. You can do this. You can keep moving through. I know you can, and you know you can. Today, we're going to talk about what happens when your mind gets in the way, because we've kind of been in a planning phase, and the planning phases are great, right? They're all good because you're pretty safe in the planning phase. You're pretty safe in your lounge room or your office, kicking back, doing some good planning for the future, but there's no transformation. There's no change from just talking about it or writing it down. There is only transformation and change from taking action. And the deeper transformation, or the more deeper a transformation you wish to experience, hello lovely, the more uncomfortable it's going to feel. And I'm so sorry, I don't make the rules. I'm just the messenger. So when we start thinking, I've got these great plans, I've created my space, my vision is beautiful, I cannot wait to bring it a lot to life, it's going to be absolutely amazing. What am I going to do? Because we know the universe will help us, we know the universe will meet us halfway, but we also know that we're part of the tapestry of life and we have to move too. We have to take some action. This is the moment that most people will stumble. Because now our mind and our bodies have gotten involved. The self-doubt may have crept in, and that self-doubt, which can take lots of different forms, procrastination, anxiety, fear of failure, that voice, that inner voice, a lot of people call it the inner bitch, right? Or I don't like that because I like to make friends with this voice. I don't want to be cruel or nasty to it. That voice is part, because it's part of me, that voice that comes up and says, no, you can't do this, or you're not good enough, or you're not lovable enough, or you're just not enough, qualified enough, experienced enough, smart enough, fit enough, healthy enough, good looking enough, rich enough. You are enough. In fact, you're more than enough to bring this beautiful vision that you've created to life. I'm just going to take you through some scenarios of mine from early 2011, Janelle, through to today, and you can see how I've changed, how I've moved through those levels of happiness that we've talked about. So you can see, because we're all at different stages of our lives, we've all got different adventures. So just so you can see a couple of different scenarios, and you can start to pinpoint and say, okay, that's where I am. Okay, that's where I am. Kind of like when we do yoga or an exercise class, and they say you can do it this way or this way or this way. This is the really advanced people in yoga. Go ahead and stand on your head, or go ahead and put both your legs over your shoulders. That would be me, not me, because that would be me going, what? My leg doesn't do that. And then they give us various options, right? Okay, if you want to do it this way, do it this way. If this is what feels good, do it this way. If you want to challenge, do it this way. It's the same when we're creating our lives, not just our bodies. How courageous are we feeling today, this week, this month? So early Janelle of early 2011, I've already talked about, was my movement, my vision, what I wanted to move into was just out of the dark night of the soul. I just wanted to be around people again. I just wanted to be able to go to work without dreading it and show up as the leader my team deserved and the employee my organization deserved, right? So I just wanted to go out with my friends again. I just wanted to feel a little bit like me again. So but that took courage, that took confidence, and that's our main theme of tonight, is confidence. I needed the confidence to do that. Then Janelle of 3 months later, or end of 2011, I'm feeling myself, I'm feeling good, I've made a lot of changes in my life, I've worked with other people who've helped me, I've had support with professionals and also friends and family, and now I had a girlfriend, my best friend actually say to me one day, picked me up from the airport. I'd been away as part of my development, my transformation. And when she met me at the gate, when I returned, she said, you're you again. And it wasn't a, oh, thank God you're you again. It wasn't like that. It was a, you're you again. Yay! For you, for me, for us, right? So that was what I wanted to step into. And that took some confidence and some courage because I didn't know who I was anymore. That's the whole point of a dark night of the soul. The door is slammed shut to the life we had, the person we thought we were, our identity. And now we have to find something new and open the door and come out the other side. So that's where I was. Now I'm at the end of 2011. I'm feeling good. I'm back to myself again. Now I've entered back into the dating scene, and very, very quickly I met the man who's now my husband. So now I'm having to find confidence in another area. I'm having to step into confidence in dating again. And he's got children. So now I have to gain some confidence in that area. Never been in a functioning, healthy relationship before. Never been a bonus parent before. Never had bonus kids before. Okay? Here's the thing about confidence. We beat ourselves up, or we come down on ourselves. We're so hard on ourselves when we don't have the confidence to step into something bigger, brighter, bolder ever before, or new. Doesn't even have to be bigger, brighter, or better, or bolder, just new. Here's the thing. It is impossible to feel 100% confidence stepping into something you've never done before, stepping into an arena you've never been in before. It is impossible. You are not made that way. So it's time to be kind to yourself, softer to yourself, more compassionate, more empathetic towards yourself. I'm feeling a little unconfident stepping into this area, but you know what? That's okay, because I've never been there before. And I don't know what to expect. I don't know what's lying on the other side of that doorway. So, of course, I'm being warned not to go. Danger, danger, alert, alert. What we're actually looking for, this is what we do. I would have done that if only I had more courage, more confidence. Yes, I would have accepted that promotion if I was just feeling, I can see my glasses reflecting again, if I was just feeling a little bit more confident in that area. Yeah, I would have gone out with that person. I would have met up with that person that my friend was telling me about, that, she wanted to set us up. I would have gone, but I'm just not feeling very confident right now around dating. I'm just not feeling very confident in my career. I would have, there's this big client who now wants to work with me, and that's freaking me out a bit because I'm a solopreneur and they're really big and they're a really big company, and now I'm going to be really visible, and I'm not feeling really confident being visible right now. There's so many scenarios, there's so many situations, there's so many examples I can give you. Here's the thing, if you take one thing tonight, take this. It's not confidence you're looking for, it's courage. Because it is impossible to feel confident moving into something new, different, bigger, brighter, bolder than ever before. You're not made that way. We move in, and that creates the confidence. When you learned to walk, you weren't confident. You fell down a lot. The more you practiced, the more you gain confidence. Same when you learn to ride a bike. Same thing when you learn to drive a car. Same thing. You could go back to your timeline and have a look at all the areas you're successful in and think about how confident you were at the beginning. You might be rocking your career right now. How confident were you when you first stepped into your career? You might be rocking your business right now. How confident were you when you decided to become the founder of your business? You might feel so at ease and peace, and it might be so easy for you to go on a date. How confident were you when you first started dating? So just thinking about, you rock it at the gym now. I am completely comfortable in gyms. I've been going to gyms since I was 19, 20. I have no problem walking into a gym, setting myself up, doing my thing. I don't care who's there. I don't care who's looking. No one's looking at me. I'm not looking at them. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if the young ones are thinking, who's that old woman in here? I don't care. I'm very comfortable. I say hello to people. I say hi. I smile when I walk past them. I ask if they want to share a machine with me. I'm very comfortable. I wasn't the first time I went into a gym. I wasn't confident at all. Quite terrified. So I'm going to give you some tools and techniques to help you enter the arena that you want to step into. But just remember, it's courage that you are looking for. There is a myth, there's a misconception that we need to have the courage to step into the arena when stepping into the arena creates the courage. It works the other way around. And I'm sure now you can see, if you hadn't, maybe you could already see it. If you couldn't, maybe you can now. So what we're looking for is courage. That's what we're looking for. To step in, and then once we step in, we'll create the confidence. So let's dive in. So then Janelle, as I'm moving through 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014, I was already in my leadership role. So I got my confidence back to step into that as an inspirational leader, a powerful leader, a confident leader. That had to come back. So we can lose confidence in some areas and then want to gain them back again. I've got two examples. One, I'd love to be telling you a different story. And the other, I'm really proud of. So while I was still in the workforce, a leadership role became available actually in a different organization, but I worked in a really small industry and we all knew each other. And it was going to be, in my mind, it would have been a huge jump for me to go from the role I was into that role. Saw it advertised, my thought was the person in the role, his name is Tim. And I remember thinking, oh, I wonder where Tim's going. Oh, there'll be a bit of gossip there. Oh, I wonder where Tim's off to, right? Oh, Tim's role's become available. Didn't think about it again. My boss approached me, called me into his office, got me to sit down. Are you applying for this role? Did you see this role's come up? Tim's role, yes. Are you applying for it? No. Why not? And I laughed. Burst out laughing in my boss's face, which I then had to kind of pull myself together because he was not laughing. And then he said, I think you should. It's time for you. It's time. It's time for you to take the next step. And I said all the right things, made all the right noises, walked out of his office, and I was walking back to my office and I remember thinking, there's no way I could do that job. I've got this guy fooled. Who does he think I am? My gosh. I have got everyone so fooled in this organization. They think I'm so much better than I am. Tick. But I'm not going to go for that role because I could never do that in 1,000 years. Forgetting that that's pretty much how I felt when I first started putting my hand up for leadership roles. I was scared and nervous and felt like a fraud and an imposter and full of self-doubt and did it anyway. With this, I didn't. And I would love to be ending this story saying to you, oh, I pulled up my big girl, Supergirl pants and donned my cape and called on all my courage and I went and got the job and flew off into the clouds. But I didn't, because I didn't have the tools and techniques that I have available to me now. I didn't have them. I didn't know them. The ones I'm sharing with you tonight, I didn't know them. On the flip side, I also, a couple of years after that, founded, created from nothing, from an idea, from a thought, Sky High Coaching, which is now in its, I think, 8th year. I keep forgetting how many years it's in. My husband reminds me. And I love it. And I'm so glad I did it. and it fills my soul, and so much about it that I won't go into it right now, but it's everything I dreamed, and there's more coming. Right? There's more coming. It's not always easy. Entrepreneurship isn't easy. And some days I have to wake up again, and honestly and authentic, today was one of them. Today was one of them. And I think it was because I didn't have a very good night's sleep. There was a little bit of a mishap yesterday in my business, nothing big. And it was all me, no one else was involved. And I just lost some of my courage, lost some of my confidence. Oh, hi, lovely. Welcome. Oh, I'm so happy to see you here. So I had to call on that again today. So when we are stepping into something bigger, brighter, bolder than ever before, sometimes it is 3, 4, 5, 6 steps forwards, 1, 2 steps back. Right? So thinking about where you are right now. So from, I just want to find the door like I was at the beginning of 2011. I just want to find the door. I just want to be myself again. I just want to go out again. Right? To now I want to feel more confidence in dating. Now I want to feel more confident in dating this man. Now I want to feel more confident in being a bonus mum. Now I want to feel more confident moving into my leadership role. Now I want to feel more. Now, oh my gosh, now I've just founded and started a business on my own. So now I really need to call on some courage and get some confidence. That was a big one. So just some were steps. This one was a leap. So what is confidence? Let's just talk a little bit about the definition of confidence, what it is and why we want it. And I think I've already, you know why you want it. We don't want confidence for the sake of having confidence. We don't just want to skip around all day going, I'm so confident, I'm so confident. We want confidence because we want to use it. We want to feel more confident in an area or areas of our life. We don't desire confidence for the sake of just having confidence. We want to do something with it. Yeah? So let's look at the definition of confidence. So confident has been described as, and I've got it on my wall here, feeling or showing certainty about something. Feeling or showing certainty about something, and also feeling or showing confidence in our own abilities and qualities. We want to feel more certain about ourselves. Feeling or showing confidence in one's abilities or qualities, feeling or showing certainty about something. We want to feel more confident in ourselves. We want to feel more certainty in ourselves that we can step into the world and create and manifest and achieve anything we desire so we can live the life we deserve. A life that delights us and lights us up. Lisa says, I wouldn't mind skipping around feeling confident. That's the first part. That's the first part. And I am certain for sure there are areas in your life you do. There are areas in your life you already do. Now, if you've been feeling a lack of confidence in some areas in your life, congratulations. Because like I said earlier, it means you're moving into something bigger, brighter, bolder than ever before or new. It means you are taking steps. It means you are taking action. She says, I do. It means you are grasping something else you want to experience in your life. You're saying, yes, this is for me, and I'm going to feel this fear, and I'm going to feel unconfident, and I'm going to feel a bit shaky, and I'm going to move in that direction anyway. Now, this is the beauty of the definition of confident and confidence. Feeling or showing. Feeling or showing. The first time I ever read this, beginning of my business, I used to run half-day confidence workshops. Go out into organizations and run them, and also I'd create my own workshops and people would come and attend. So I thought, okay, if I'm going to be going out talking about confidence to people, I really need to know the definition. I need to understand what it is. And I do this with a lot of you've worked with me in the past, you'll know, free masterclasses, programs, services. Hi, lovely. So happy you're here. I haven't seen you for a long time either. I'm getting excited now with people jumping on, so now I'm losing. Oh, the workshops that I used to run. So I thought I need to know what this means, what the definition is. And when I saw it was feeling or showing, I was skipping around in joy. Feeling or showing. Showing is the key word here. Showing. The definition tells us we don't have to be feeling 100% confident moving into an area or stepping into an arena. We don't have to be feeling it 100%. But if we're showing it, and not with arrogance, not with inauthenticity, not in a, there's a word coming up that is a swear word, I'm not going to use it. I'll just go back to inauthentic, not in an inauthentic way. We've seen those people and we can feel the lack of confidence, can't we? Yeah, you agree? We can feel when someone is just feeling so insecure and unconfident, but they're swaggering around. We can feel that energetically. So that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about oozing a level of confidence with some poise and some grace, some elegance, and maybe still having the little butterflies in the tummy, and maybe still having the little voice in your head. I have stepped into so many arenas in my life. I had to give presentations in past jobs and roles. I've had to step right out of my comfort zone when I started Sky High Coaching and stand up and be visible and give presentations to very large audiences. I've had to learn how to do this online, to look in a camera and talk. And it doesn't mean I don't still have the little voices. And it doesn't mean I still don't get the butterflies. It's about getting through. And if this was relatable to you, if you're relating to this, you might relate to the next part, which is, usually it's the first 1 or 2 minutes. It's the first 1 or 2 minutes, and then everything calms down and we're okay. It's the first 1 or 2 minutes of that presentation. It's the first 1 or 2 minutes of that courageous conversation, that bold, courageous conversation you've had to have or you've wanted to have with a boss or a colleague or a friend or a partner or a child, your child. It's the first couple of minutes when you've stepped out on stage for the first time. It's the first couple of minutes when you've had your very first client meeting because you've just started your own organization. It's the first couple of minutes when you walk into the interview for the job you really, really want. It's the first couple of minutes when you go on the date. It's the first couple of minutes. And we still have the voices and we still have the butterflies. And have you noticed that it settles? It absolutely settles. But so many times, so many of us don't get past, we're too fearful. We're too fearful and the voice is too strong and the discomfort is too uncomfortable in our body. And what do we do when we're lacking confidence in an area? We turn to crutches. Alcohol, drugs, food. We crack jokes about ourselves to make people laugh at us, or we crack jokes about other people to deflect away from us, or we're being a little bit mean, we might spread gossip about somebody else to deflect the light away from us. In extreme cases, we avoid the situation altogether. And I just gave you an example. I didn't go for that job. I avoided the situation altogether. So think about what's dropping in for you right now. Remember at the beginning of this masterclass, right at day one, I said you don't have to agree with me. Don't listen for agreement. Listen for insight. What's dropping in for you? So let's talk about the tools and techniques that I want you to have. I want you to hang up with tonight. Because I'm just going to talk about sometimes when we know the why, the how becomes easier. Right? Oh, okay, so now I know the why. I know why I'm trying this tool or technique, and I know how to use it, and it becomes a little easier. We think, a lot of us think, that we have a thought and that thought creates an action. Well, when we're talking about these type of scenarios, yes, I probably have a thought to pick up my glass of water and take a drink. It's a very easy action. I'm very confident in it. I've been doing it since I was, very, very young. So it doesn't really create any emotion in my body. I just do it. It's just automatic. I've downloaded a program. The program can run. I don't really think about it. I don't have to consciously think about it. In fact, we don't really consciously think about that at all. Sometimes it's just an automatic say reflux, but it's not reflux. Someone tell me what the word is. When we're stepping into something that we're not feeling very confident about in that right now in our lives, it's not going to be as easy because your mind does not like stepping into the unknown. The part of your mind whose job it is to keep you alive and has been very active since the beginning of time. We're still here as a species. It's very good at its job. It's very powerful. It's primitive. Right? It's part of you. It goes right back to first time of man. So it's had a bit of practice. Been doing this for a while, right? It's very, very, very apt at pulling you out of the unknown, the dark room. Anything that you are about to step into that has an element of danger. And sometimes if there's no element of danger, it's just because you haven't stepped into that arena before, or you haven't stepped into the arena for a long time. It's going to throw a lot of scenarios at you of all the things that could go wrong. It might even be you did step in this before and it went wrong. Do you remember what happened last time we went there? Do you remember what happened last time we went there? No. And it will start to give you, or danger, ding, 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 never been there before, alert, never been there before, beep, 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 back out, reverse, danger. And then it'll just start making up things that could happen to you, making up things that are on the other side of the door, making up things, projecting you into the future and making the outcome negative. It's all in a day's work for this part of your brain, right? Goes to bed that night. She didn't go on the date. Yay me. She didn't go for that great job. Yay me. She didn't invest that money in herself. Oh, good. It's all good. Because this is another point to, I think, to shine the light on. When we invest in ourselves, we're actually saying we're confident in ourselves. Clients who invest in me and with me are actually investing in themselves. Makes sense, right? I'm going to go and work with this woman because I'm going to back myself that my investment is going to pay off. Okay. But we don't. We hold ourselves back because the unknown, and can be a lack of confidence. Now, when those voices come up to tell you all the dangerous things that are going to happen to you if you take this action, one of my favorite ones is, do you remember the last time you had a baby? What, you're thinking about baby number 4. Do you not remember the first 3, right? So these are all the things that could possibly go wrong. Now, those voices that swoop in create emotion in your body, discomfort. And it's actually our emotions that drives our actions. So it's not thought action, unless it's something like having a glass of water. It's thought, emotion, action. If the thought creates a feel-good emotion, oh, this is so exciting, I can't wait to come to your birthday party. I'm going to RSVP yes. Oh, this is so exciting. Thank you for offering me the promotion. I can't wait to step in. Thank you for having faith and confidence in me. Yes, yes, yes. That's the action. If, however, that message creates discomfort, an emotion that doesn't feel good, I might be stood up on the date, or I might like them and they may not like me, or I might go to this networking event and no one will want to talk to me and everyone will see that no one's talking to me and I'll be sad and upset. Or I might, I could go and give this presentation like my boss has asked me to, but then everyone will be staring at me, and what if I mess it up, and what if I don't get my words right, and what if everybody laughs, and oh my God, what if they walk out halfway through? What if I'm giving a presentation at a public event like I've done in the past, at a public event, and people just get up and walk out? What if I come on a Facebook Live and people jump on and then jump off again? Guess what? It happens. I'm still alive. So if that feeling is so uncomfortable, you want to release it. And usually the quickest way to release that discomfort is, well, there's a couple of ways actually. One of our crutches, avoid the situation, abort, back out, reverse. Don't go. Don't do it. Tell yourself all the reasons why it isn't for you. Or tell yourself all the reasons why it isn't for you right now. Or tell yourself all the reasons why you couldn't possibly go. Or tell yourself all the reasons why ... And then that will release the discomfort. Oh, that feels so much better now. Just told my friend I'm not really interested in meeting her friend, so I feel so much better now. I've just told my boss I'm not going to go for that promotion. I feel so much better now. I've just told that radio station that I'm not available that day to come and be interviewed about my business. Oh, that feels so much better now. Thought creates an emotion. The emotion drives your action. So if you're feeling unconfident in an area right now, but the vision's compelling, it's pulling you, you want to go, there's two, I'm going to give you techniques for 2 different areas. First is cut off supply. Cut off the supply to your body, the words, the phrases, the messages that are creating the emotion in you that doesn't feel good and is helping you, like preventing you from moving forward. Now, we all have voices in our heads, so there's nothing wrong with you. Research tells us that we have about 70,000 thoughts a day, and about 40 to 50,000 of them are negative. Yay! So We're kind of wired that way, and this is all part of keeping us alive. Okay, there's very good reasons. We don't want to ignore the voice that tells us impending doom, because sometimes that voice is worth listening to. That voice is actually your higher intelligence. It can be coming from your higher intelligence, your intuition. It can be coming from your gut. It can also be coming from, it can be your analytical mind, your conscious mind coming from, hey, we did do this before, and remember it didn't work out that well. So to me, that's not necessarily an indicator not to go there again. That's an indicator to do something differently, either in the preparation or when you're there, when you're in the arena. So we can learn from the messages we're receiving. We can listen to them, see if they're valid. I will never tell anyone their fears aren't real. There's a lot of that in the professional development and personal development world, right? Oh, false evidence appearing real. That's the definition of fear, or the acronym of fear. And feel the fear and do it anyway. Your fear isn't real. I will never tell anyone their fear isn't real. If you are feeling it in your body, it is real to you. And I honor you. So I'm going to honor how you feel. But we listen to, so maybe it's worth listening to the voices, the messages. So the first technique I want to give you is learning how to filter. So learning how to, what do I mean by filter? When I first started Sky High Coaching, I was going out to a lot of fitness centers and giving presentations as part of, fitness centers have 3-month challenges and 12-week challenges. And there's an organization, a women's fitness organization or franchise here in Australia that picked me up, and I was doing quite a few around Melbourne while they were doing their 3-month challenge. It was great fun, actually, really, really good. But I was brand new. I was doing a lot for free because I wanted to get my name out there, my face out there, practice for me as well. Like, it was really good practice for me, so I'd get better at my craft. And I remember walking into one of them, and I was juggling a few things because I had a whiteboard and I had clipboards because I had sheets for them, worksheets, and I had my notes, and I'm kind of juggling all this stuff. I had some prizes because I love prizes, and I'm juggling all this stuff. And I got to the door, and it was a sliding door, and it started to slide open, and I heard this voice say, "Who do you think you are? Who's going to listen to you?" Now, I already had this filtering technique down, and it's in the book. So if you've got the book, go to the confidence chapter. These techniques and tools are in there. I had learned how to, because I understand that we're created to have these thoughts. They're here to keep us safe, but we can let them go. The minute we start pushing back or fighting against them, they get stronger and louder. So we want to just let it go through. So it swooped in, and I could just let it go through. And this is something that takes practice. Now, if a different one if I was moving into something bigger, bolder, brighter, and something had come in earlier before let's pretend I hadn't got there yet. I was in the planning phase, and a voice swooped in and gave me some kind of impending doom message. Well, now I've got time to look at it. Is this true? No, let it keep going. Move it on. Thank you for your message. I'm moving you on. And the more you practice this, start practicing it just during your day, just with tiny little things. Play with it, and you'll start to recognize when it's a message of, hey, we think you should stop here. Or, hey, we think if you're about to invest in this, we think you should look at this first. You're about to invest in this property in Mexico, which client and I actually did some work around this recently. She was about to do that. And we looked at all the voices, all the messages, all the fears, and looked at what was true and what wasn't. and she's learning to filter through. So you'll get, I can't go, we've got very limited time tonight, but have a play with that, have a practice of that. The next part's kind of with it anyway, it's kind of part B, is make friends with the voice. So we all have, and it's often known as a self-saboteur. We all have a self-saboteur. When I get home tonight, I'm going to get changed straight into my gym gear, and I'm going to go to the gym, and I'm going to do this really, really long workout, or, you know, hard workout or challenging workout. And then I'm going to come home and I'm going to make my green juice, and then I'm going to drink that. And then I'm going to watch something real. I'm going to watch this documentary that feeds my mind and read Janelle's book, Become Extraordinary. When I go to bed, I'm going to have this really great evening of personal and body development. You know, it's going to be great. And then you get home and the little voice, what does it say? You're really tired. There's some wine in the fridge. Why don't you just have a glass of wine, relax on the couch, order some takeaway, and watch Bridgerton? Right? You know you've been there. Am I speaking from experience? Maybe. Right. So how are we going for time? Oh, we need to keep going. Make friends with that voice. Make friends with it. Yeah, thanks for that. I know that that's what you want to do, but I'm actually going to tap into my personal power here. We talked about personal power, I think, day one of this masterclass. I'm going to tap into my personal power here, and sounds familiar. Yeah, right. I'm going to tap into my personal power here, and I'm going to go to the gym. So we're not angry at the voice. We're not coming down on the voice. That voice is going to be with you through thick and thin. So make friends with it. Make friends with it. It's almost like you come home and your flatmate or your spouse or your partner says to you, oh, you know what? Don't go to the gym. Stay here and have a glass of wine with me. Kick back on the couch and watch Bridgerton. Now you've got a choice. You've got a choice. Yeah. Oh, actually, that sounds really good. I want to do that with you. Or, actually, no, I've really got it in my mind that I'm going to the gym. So I'll go and do that, and then I'll come back and I'll have a glass of wine with you. How about that? Personal power, personal power, personal power, the power of choice. So learn how to filter your thoughts and send them on, and make friends with your self-saboteur. Yep, sure. I know that's what you want to do, but hey, I'm going to go to the gym, and that's the way it is. So now I want to talk about actions of confidence, which are on page 57 in the book. So I'm going to go through them quickly because I'm nearly out of time. If you have the book, go to page 57 and it says a lot more about them. If you haven't filtered, if the message you've received has not been filtered and has made it to your body. Okay, so now I'm thinking about this arena I'm about to step into, the presentation I have to give at work, the client meeting, the date I'm going on, the marriage I'm about to enter into, the interview, job interviews can be huge. Okay, I can't filter out the thoughts. And you know what? Some of these fears are real, like true. They're all real, but are they true? Some of these fears are actually true. This could actually happen. The date might go badly. I may not get the job and be upset and disappointed. Like there's true things here. Okay. And I can feel it in my body. It's feeling really uncomfortable. There's a lot of discomfort. I want the discomfort to leave, right? So there's some easy ways out, but I don't want to take the easy way out because I have this vision and my vision's pulling me. So I'm going to give you some actions of confidence. So remember, because we don't have to be feeling 100% confident to step into this arena, we can be showing it. And we're still confident. The definition says so. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. So these are the actions of confidence. First one, prepare. And I say it over and over to my clients. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Prepare for the job interview, know everything about that organization, know everything about that role. Prepare for the client, know everything about that client. Prepare for your date. And, you know, and I don't love the whole cyber stalking thing before people go on dates too much, because I'd rather turn up to someone and just meet them on face value. But you can prepare yourself. What kind of questions will I ask? What books have I read this week? Or what have I been reading in the newspaper? What's current affairs? What can I put on the table? Prepare myself so that I'm feeling good in my body. I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling confident in the way I look. Same with an interview. Confident in the way I'm showing up. Prepare, prepare, prepare. I have done a lot of work with clients on public speaking, being visible, giving presentations. One gentleman in particular a few years ago, that is all we did. We did nothing else, just public speaking. The more, if this is you and this is an area you get a bit nervous about, the more you know your information, the more confident you'll be. Because if something, when we're going out and giving a presentation, I know for me, the things that I get nervous about is, what if the PowerPoint doesn't work? Or what if I've messed up a slide? Or what if, especially in the last 2 years, I've done so much virtually. I gave one presentation last year through Microsoft Teams, which I'd never used before. I know, right through COVID, never used Microsoft Teams before. Everyone else has been Zoom or Google Meet. I was a bit worried about that. Like, what if I'd click on the wrong button? What if it doesn't work? How do I share the screen? So I prepared. My husband uses Microsoft Teams. He came, he showed me how to do it before I got on there. I made sure I knew. But I also prepare my stuff, my information, because if I know my information backwards, it doesn't matter what happens to the technology. I mean, it does if they can't see me or hear me. Bear with me though. But if I'm standing in a room and something happens with my technology, I can still keep going. I can still keep talking. It doesn't matter. So knowing your stuff. Prepare, prepare, prepare. Practice, practice, practice. Number 2, seek help. Seek help. I did. I went and asked my husband how to use Microsoft Teams. Seek help from a professional or a friend or a mentor or a colleague or someone else who's in the same industry as you or someone who has the same type of business as you or someone who's an expert in that field. Seek help. Or like me, from your spouse. Number 3, take small steps or find your fit. Now, what do I mean by this? We're going to be talking about quantum leaping tomorrow. So when I talked about Janelle of early 2011, I was taking really small steps to get my confidence back just in life, just in myself. Now I don't take small steps anymore. Now I quantum leap. It's completely different. But as I've outlined tonight or talked about tonight, there were lots of different levels along the way, from tiny, tiny, tiny little steps to quantum leaping. So take small steps into the arena. Okay, 1 step. Okay, I've gained a bit more confidence. Okay, take another step. Now I've gained a bit more confidence. Oh, I've gained another step. Because remember, taking the steps creates a confidence. It's not the other way around. Taking the steps creates the confidence. So take small steps or find your fit, find your flow, find what feels good. We want to be taking not steps that are too small that nothing happens. There's no transformation. Oh, I've taken this small step, but I still feel the same as I did before. Well, it means you're still in your comfort zone. So, and the step has to be a little bit bigger. You know exactly what I mean. Number 4, live by your values. If you know what your top values are in life, when you go to bed at night, you know that you've lived a life or a day aligned with them, or aligned with them. It helps create confidence in your decision making, because I've been aligned with my values today. Number 5, list the people who matter. We get so bogged down with what people think about us. We get so worried about what people will say or what people think. Well, people who? The people who don't want to listen to what you're talking about, may walk away. Yeah, those people will. The people who really want to listen to what you've got to say, they'll hang around. Those people will. Right? So think about, but we get so caught up in people we don't even know. Think about, there's really 3 to 5 people in your world whose opinions really matter. Think about who they are. Number 6, body language. So when I used to run my confidence workshops, I would often get the participants in the workshop we'd get into a really big brainstorm, a really cool discussion around what do you perceive when you look at someone, when someone enters a room, what do you perceive? What are they showing that you perceive? Mixing up my words, as I said, not much sleep last night. How are they visually showing confidence? I'll just change the whole phrase, right? It was things like standing tall, standing up straight, eye contact, firm handshake, standing square when they're talking to me, not standing sideways as if they're about to leave, not looking over my shoulder, being interested in what I'm saying, active listening. So smiling was a big one. These are easy things. Smiling at someone. Smiles are infectious. So think about how you can project confidence through your body language, which leads into the 7th one, projecting confidence through your voice. Not talking way too quickly. And again, these have been identified by people like you, maybe it was you, in my workshops. Speaking too fast, speaking too softly, not asking questions. What I just did, using too many filler words, and something called cadence. So the whole I don't know. That was perceived as someone not showing confidence also. And number 8, build your resilience. You will create so much confidence in yourself and in so many areas if you realize if you get knocked down, you can get back up. Go back over your timeline that you did yesterday of your life where you looked at your successes, but also your mess ups, your failures, the times that you've had to, like I had to pull myself out of the dirt, right? Look, and you did, or you are. You did, or you currently are. So looking back and being able to see those times when your resilience became a little stronger, because every time we get back up, our resilience becomes stronger. We are all born with a certain amount of resilience, all of us. But when life throws us the stones or the pebbles or the rocks or the boulders that we talked about the other day, and we get knocked over and we get back up, our resilience gets that, that tiny little bit more strengthened. Really not finding my words right now. I'm so sorry. So they're the 8 actions of confidence. Have a play with those. Think about which one you want to try or which one you want to play with. Your home play tonight is look at your vision, grab your vision, and now write down one step that you're going to take. Now you might already be immersed in your vision, so it might be the next step. What is the next step? What is one step? Have a look, feel into it. You are uber intelligent. Feel into it. What's dropping in for you? What are you telling yourself is the next step? Even if it feels, don't worry about whether you've got the confidence or not. One of my favorite questions to my clients is, what would you do if you had more courage? Maybe ask yourself that question. What would I do in this arena if I had a tiny bit more courage? Or a whole lot more courage, up to you. Write it down. Write down that one step. Now, think about how confident you're feeling about taking that step. Rank it on a scale, 0 to 10. 0, there's no way I'm going out and doing that. 10, let me at it, which means it's probably not a big enough step. If you're at a 10, I encourage you to go back to step 1 again and try again, because we want you not at 10. That means it's not going to build any confidence. You're already confident doing it. So maybe up the ante a little. Think about how confident you feel in your body on that scale. Now, practice a few of the tools and techniques that we've uncovered tonight. I've talked to you about tonight. Gosh, Janelle, can't find your words. Get it together. Unwrapped tonight. Have a trial. Have a play. Have a feel into them. Then check back in a day or 2 or 3 days or 4 days. Check back in. Okay, I've had a play with these tools and techniques. This one, not so much. That one really worked. This one, like something like prepare, even that. Prepare. Actually, now that I've really prepared for this interview, I'm going to check back in, and I have moved up the confidence scale. I'm feeling much more confident in this area. And then, of course, we don't talk about things for the sake of talking about things. We do things to create more extraordinary lives for ourselves. Move. Take the step. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much if you've watched the replay. Lisa says, I got my first business rejection the other day, and my first business rejection. You've had your business a while too. My first business rejection the other day, and I barely felt any attachment to it at all. How far I have come. My confidence knew they weren't for me. There you go. So I have a client who often says rejection is protection. It's one of her favorite quotes. That's amazing, Lisa. Amazing. Congratulations to you. Huge acknowledgement to you. Book winner tonight. Tonight's book winner is Julianne. Yay! I know Julianne has been watching, playing along on YouTube, and maybe even along in here because she's in this group also. So Julianne, please private message me your address and we will get the book out to you. Just a reminder too, if you refer someone in to this masterclass, or you just refer them into this group and tell them the masterclass is in here, let us know that that person's come through you. We have some more prizes for any referrals. We have seen new people come through. No one's told us whether someone's referred them or not. So they may have just found us and thought, hey, this is going to be good fun. Or they've been referred and haven't let us know. If someone has referred you, please let us know. That is it from me for good timing, well done, for day 4 of the Become Extraordinary Masterclass. Tomorrow morning is our final day. So 10 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time I'm going to be wrapping this all up. We are going to be talking about quantum leaping, which is such a fun conversation. Thank you so much for being here with me. I appreciate you jumping on. Thank you so much. If you watch the replay, I'm so grateful to everybody who has been joining in, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye. You're so welcome. Bye.